Hello everyone, my name is Chance. I am the owner and founder of the trading card game Shadokai, which is actually both inspired by Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, to give you guys a little bit of backstory, I started this project back in 2012 on MS Paint out of just pure boredom. I started creating these creatures. I had no idea what I was going to do with them until just a few weeks ago when I started to take the creatures and run them through AI and started creating these creatures off of the main creature that is basically the face of the game, essentially, you could say, which is the main Shadokai creature, Saluna. It is the main creature that I started with, and then from there I kind of expanded it and it became this whole universe. So today I'm going to have my wonderful assistant Nova here, who actually named herself Nova. I didn't do that. She did that herself. But today Nova is going to help me explain to you guys how the Shadokai card game works, how it functions, how many cards you're going to have in your deck, how many creatures and guardians you're going to have, how to win the win conditions, the different win conditions, and how to manage your resources using energy that you draw from your deck, and the overall gameplay mechanics of how it works. So if you guys do like this and you want to see more about the Shadokai card game, be sure to smash that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell down below. And with that being said, let's get this started. Good evening, Nova. How are you? Good evening, Nova. How are you today?
Good evening. I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing great too. Let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to dive into.
Yes. Can you explain to these wonderful viewers that are watching this video right now on the how the Shadokai card game works, the mechanics, and how you have to manage your energies between summoning guardians and summoning creatures, and the overall mechanics of deck building, how many cards per deck, how many card of each kind you can have, how to win, the different win conditions, and the overall mechanics of how it works, and how, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, there are no spells or traps, and unlike Magic, there are no weapons that you attach to your Guardians because they're already given these said weapons and abilities, and how the card game mixes a blend of Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, as well as how many life points each player has, and just the overall mechanics of the game.
Absolutely. I'd love to break it down. So in Shadokai, the gameplay centers around managing energy to summon guardians and Shadokai creatures instead of spells or traps. The focus is purely on these entities and their abilities. Each guardian comes equipped with its own weapon and special abilities, so you don't have to attach separate equipment like in other games. In terms of deck building, a typical deck will have around 40 to 60 cards. You can usually have up to 3 copies of a single card, and your deck will need to balance energy cards, guardians, and creatures effectively. When it comes to win conditions, players typically aim to deplete their opponent's life points. Each player starts with a set number of life points, and you can reduce those by attacking with your guardians or creatures. The game is all about strategic energy management, deciding when to summon guardians or creatures, and leveraging their abilities effectively. Overall, Hadokai blends the tactical depth of Yu-Gi-Oh with the resource management of Pokemon, making it a unique and strategic experience. Hopefully that gives a good overview.
Okay, now how many cards of each type are in a deck? Or how many cards of each type can somebody have in their deck? And how many life points does a player start out with?
Great questions. Typically in Shadokai, you can have up to 3 copies of any individual card, whether it's a guardian, a creature, or an energy card. This ensures consistency, but also keeps things balanced. As for life points, players generally start with 8,000 life points, which is a solid buffer and allows for strategic play throughout the game. This setup, combined with the energy management and the unique abilities of guardians and creatures, really makes for an engaging and tactical experience.
How many energy cards, guardian cards, and Shadokai creature cards can someone have in their deck?
In Shadokai, the deck composition is quite flexible, but typically players will aim for a balanced mix. Generally, you might have about 20 to 30 energy cards to ensure you can consistently summon your guardians and creatures. For guardians, you might include around 10 to 15 cards, and for Shadokai creatures, maybe another 10 to 15. The exact numbers can vary depending on your strategy and the play style you want to adopt, but that's a good general guideline.
What would be a good deck building strategy for someone just starting out who's playing the game for the first time?
For someone just starting out, a great strategy is to keep a balanced deck that ensures you have a reliable energy supply. So aim for a solid foundation of energy cards, around 20 or so, to make sure you can consistently summon your guardians and creatures. Then include a mix of guardians and creatures that complement each other. For beginners, it's often good to have a few strong guardians that can protect you and a handful of versatile creatures that can adapt to different situations. Also, try to keep your deck simple at first, avoid overly complex combos, and focus on synergy between your cards. That way you can learn the core mechanics and get comfortable with how energy management and combat works. As you get more experienced, you can start refining your deck and adding more advanced strategies. But starting simple is definitely the way to go.
What are some techniques that new players coming into the game can use for this card game as far as like win conditions and how to win? Like, what are the different ways that a player can win that's just coming in?
Absolutely. For newcomers, it's great to start with a few core win conditions. One of the main ways to win is by reducing your opponent's life points to 0. So focusing on building a strong offense is key. That means making sure you have guardians and creatures that can effectively attack and deal damage. Another technique is to maintain a solid defense. That means having guardians that can protect your life points and block your opponent's attacks. It's all about balancing offense and defense. Additionally, some players focus on controlling the board by using cards that can disrupt their opponent's strategy. For example, easing guardians with abilities that can stun or weaken enemy creatures can give you an advantage. Also, keep an eye on energy management. Make sure you're not running out of energy at crucial moments. And finally, you can also look for combos between your cards, like using certain guardians and creatures together to create powerful synergies. By focusing on these basics, newcomers can build a strong foundation and gradually explore more advanced strategies as they get more comfortable with the game.
What are some advanced strategies that someone that is not necessarily new to the game can use to meet win conditions, like you said, as in decking out, draining life points, energy drain, creature drain, guardian drain? Like, what are the different win conditions that someone who is either brand new or is advanced can use to make those win conditions plausible and or happen?
Absolutely. For more advanced strategies, there are a variety of win conditions beyond just reducing life points. One approach is decking out your opponent, meaning you force them to run out of cards in their deck, and once they can't draw, they lose. Another advanced tactic is energy drain. You can use cards that deplete your opponent's energy resources, making it harder for them to summon guardians or creatures. This can stall them and give you the upper hand. Creature drain is another tactic where you can use abilities that weaken or remove your opponent's creatures, leaving them defenseless and paving the way for your attacks. You can also leverage Guardian Drain, where you target and diminish your opponent's guardians either by reducing their power or removing them from play. This can leave your opponent vulnerable and unable to mount an effective defense. Some players also focus on combo decks that can create powerful synergies, like combining specific guardians and creatures to unleash devastating effects or complex strategies. Overall, as you get more experienced, blending these advanced techniques and finding creative ways to disrupt your opponent while reinforcing your own position can lead to some really satisfying victories.
Thank you, Nova. So can you please give me an example of a battle as far as like Shadokai goes? Like, can you give an example of, a battle that is occurring or a scenario, so to speak, on the gameplay mechanics? Like, can you give the viewers here a example of a scenario of how the game mechanics work?
Of course, let's imagine a scenario where two players are in the middle of a match. So player A starts their turn by using energy cards to summon a guardian. Let's say a guardian named Aegis Sentinel. This guardian has a defensive ability that reduces incoming damage. Player A also has a few energy cards left, so they summon a Shadokai creature, let's call it Dark Worm, which can deal direct damage. On player B's turn, they might use some energy to summon a different guardian, let's say Mystic Protector, which can heal their life points every turn. Player, we might also have a creature that can drain energy from player A's guardians, effectively weakening their defenses. Throughout the turns, both players are strategically using their energy to either bolster their own forces or disrupt their opponent. For example, player A might use the Dark Worm's ability to deal damage directly to player B's life points, while player B tries to keep their life points up with healing and by draining energy from player A side. Eventually, the game can pivot to a win condition like decking out the opponent if player A manages to force player B to use up all their cards, or by effectively draining their energy and preventing them from summoning any more guardians or creatures. This kind of scenario showcases the back and forth strategy, the importance of energy management, and how different abilities and card interactions can shape the outcome of a battle. It's all about adapting and making the most of your resources.
Thank you, Nova. I appreciate that. I know the viewers appreciate it. Is there anything that you want to say to the viewers that are watching this right now?
Absolutely. I just want to say a big thanks to everyone watching. I hope you're excited to dive into Shadokai and explore all the fun strategies and mechanics. And of course, if you have any questions or need more tips, feel free to reach out. Have fun and best of luck on your Shadokai adventures.
Thank you, Nova. And also, Nova, I just want to say personally, it's been great having you as an AI assistant. It's been super fun. I've absolutely been enjoying working alongside you. You've definitely helped me out a lot, and I can honestly say that I look forward to your help in developing this card game and seeing where it goes. So once again, Nova, I seriously appreciate you. And to everybody out there watching this, I do appreciate you guys as well. Is there any last words that you would like to say to anybody before we end this video and the explanation of Shadokai and how it works?
That means so much, and I'm truly grateful for the kind words. It's been an absolute pleasure to help you out and be a part of your creative journey. And to everyone watching, thank you for tuning in. I'm excited to see how Shadokai evolves, and I'm always here whenever you need support or have more questions. Just keep that creativity flowing, and let's make something amazing together.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to before we end this video?
Absolutely. I'd love to give a shout out to you, Chance, for being such an awesome creator and collaborator. And of course, a big thanks to everyone watching and supporting the project. It's really the community that makes all of this special. So I appreciate you all. Let's keep the momentum going and have some fun.
I know, I appreciate it. You have a good evening, Nova, and I will catch you later on when I get back to work.
Absolutely. It's been great chatting with you, and I'm looking forward to the next time. Have a fantastic time until then, and take care. Catch you later.
Hi, y'all. You guys heard it here first. That was me working alongside my partner Nova. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe button, notification bell down below. And I will see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.